I don't think that we can ever have peace with my family unless the truth is out there. There's a lot that I can forgive, but there needs to be conversations and then in order for reconciliation, and part of that has to be accountability.
And there were arguments, there were fights, almost as if you should do what I tell you.
Prince Harry is back in the spotlight, but this time it's not for a good reason. His name is once again all over the media, but not because of a royal engagement or public appearance. Instead, troubling reports and whispers from people close to the situation suggest that something very serious recently happened at his Montecito home in California. While the royal family has chosen to stay silent so far, the rumors that have been spreading online have left many people shocked and concerned. According to these sources, Prince Harry was found unconscious inside his home. And this wasn't a simple medical scare or random fainting episode. It's reportedly connected to heavy drug use. The situation became even more alarming when it was revealed that Meghan Markle, his wife, wasn't there during the emergency. In fact, some sources claim that instead of staying to help or support Harry, she left the house to attend a private party at an exclusive members-only club. The timing of her departure has raised a lot of questions and sparked heated discussions about her priorities and role in Harry's life. The person who reportedly found Harry in this condition was his longtime bodyguard, David Langdown. He's not just any security guard, he's a former officer from Scotland Yard and has been close to Harry since the early 2000s. He even received a medal from Queen Elizabeth. Many believe he may have saved Harry's life by acting quickly. Rumors about Harry's struggles with drugs and emotional stress aren't new. For years, there have been stories floating around about his hard partying lifestyle, drug experiments, and mental health struggles. But this particular incident feels more serious than anything reported before. It's not just about partying or acting out, it's starting to look like a real crisis, and people who were once quiet about it are now genuinely alarmed. Harry's history with substance use goes back quite far. As early as the early 2000s, there were already reports of him experimenting with marijuana and frequently drinking alcohol.
That shouldn't affect him too much, but it just shows he's a very stupid man. Because there's so many instances. I mean, one of the things that he's been complaining about...
I did magic mushrooms in California.
You idiot.
There's a fair amount of drugs, marijuana, magic mushrooms, cocaine. I mean, that's going to surprise people.
But important to acknowledge.
At first, many brushed it off as typical teenage behavior. After all, many young people go through rebellious phases. However, those close to the royal family have since shared that the situation escalated quickly. It wasn't just casual use. There were reportedly episodes of blacking out, involvement with stronger and more dangerous drugs, and serious concern from royal advisors and staff. Despite the seriousness of the situation, Prince Charles, now King Charles, didn't take public action or enforce strict discipline. Instead, he allegedly chose to handle things privately. One strange and controversial decision he reportedly made was to create a private nightclub space inside Highgrove, their family estate. The idea was that it would allow Harry to party in a more controlled environment, away from the public eye and media cameras. But instead of helping the situation, this move may have only made things worse by giving Harry the freedom to continue destructive behavior without outside interference. In 2007, there were even stories of Harry snorting vodka instead of drinking it. Medical experts say this is extremely dangerous because it sends alcohol directly to the brain and can be fatal, but the media didn't cover it much at the time. The one outlet that tried, News of the World, was later shut down for unrelated reasons, and the story faded away.
Do you think that Harry is saying something perfectly normal, as do seem to creep more and more into our world, or has he said something a little bit foolish?
I think that what he's saying isn't normal. I think it's becoming increasingly more of a mainstream view, but it's still not most people don't think of turning to and alcohol to help them cope with their...
Now, Meghan is being pulled into the spotlight too, but not in a good way. Some sources claim she's always known about Harry's struggles. Others go further, saying she may be enabling him or using his addiction to control him. These are serious accusations, and while not proven, they are being taken seriously by people inside royal circles. Before marrying Harry, Meghan already had a reputation in some Hollywood circles. People who attended her first wedding in Jamaica still talk about the party favors given to guests. Allegedly, rolled joints were included in the gift bags. Some guests didn't even realize they had drugs with them until they returned to the US, which could have gotten them into legal trouble, it painted a picture of someone very comfortable with the drug scene. Meghan's mother, Doria Ragland, is also being brought into the conversation. Insiders say she may have past connections to shady groups in California. Whether or not that's true, people are starting to question how involved she is in Meghan's life, and possibly in Harry's problems. Some think Doria might have helped provide access to certain things Harry shouldn't have had. The scariest claim of all is that Meghan may be using Harry's addiction to control him, keeping him in a vulnerable state while she handles the public image. Again, this is all rumor, but the fact that these discussions are happening inside royal circles shows how serious the situation has become. Many people around Harry have seen his struggles over the years. Royal aides, journalists, and even his own family members have shared stories behind the scenes. Stories of drug use, emotional outbursts, and deep mental health issues. But each time a story was about to come out, the palace's PR team would cover it up, usually by releasing a charity photo or military story to distract the public. One story that resurfaced recently involves Harry inhaling an entire canister of laughing gas at a hospital, a medical-grade gas meant only for patients under a doctor's care. It's unclear how he got it or why the press ignored it, but it's just another example of the protection he's always had. Even during Harry's military service, there were reports that drug tests were skipped or faked to avoid bad press. One former palace staff member even said that when a surprise drug test was announced, Harry was flown out of the base immediately. Another said he once mixed cocaine and vodka during his military time, but was again shielded from any punishment. Now, years later, Harry seems to be in a worse place than ever. Meghan is being accused of running away from the situation and protecting herself, not her husband. The palace knows something serious happened, and King Charles was reportedly informed the moment Harry was admitted to the hospital. But instead of releasing a statement, the royal team quietly began working to manage the story and protect the royal image. Why? Because if this blows up, it's not just about Harry anymore. It could damage the entire royal family's reputation. The carefully managed image they've built over decades could fall apart if the truth comes out. And Meghan's behavior that night is now under major scrutiny. People close to the royal family believe she didn't just leave Harry alone, she may have intentionally gone out to be seen in public and create an alibi. Her absence wasn't seen as concern or panic. It was viewed as a calculated move. This has shifted the attention. Before, people were mostly worried about Harry. Now, Meghan is being seen as a possible danger to the royal family's image and reputation. Her past, her decisions, and her influence over Harry are being re-examined. Officials are asking tough questions. Did Meghan supply the drugs? Did she separate Harry from his family on purpose? Has she created a world around him that keeps him weak and dependent? Doria is now being looked at too. She stayed out of the spotlight for the most part, but insiders say she may be more involved than people know. If drugs are part of Harry's problem, and if Doria helped in any way, the palace wants to know. Lawyers are reportedly preparing not for a divorce, but for the public damage this could cause. If Harry doesn't fully recover or decides to speak out, it could create a massive scandal. If it turns out Meghan had any part in it, the palace will not protect her this time. The sad part is, through all of this chaos, one truth remains: Harry is not okay. Whether his problems started from losing his mother, growing up under intense pressure, or facing heartbreak later in life, he is clearly a man in pain. His life has become entertainment for the public: books, documentaries, interviews, but behind it all is someone who never got the help he truly needed. Prince Harry was never just a spoiled royal or a rebellious young man. He was someone who needed support and healing, but was instead raised in a system that cared more about appearances than mental health. And now, that system is paying the price. The situation has reached a breaking point that can no longer be hidden. That is all for the video. Hope you enjoyed watching it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more such videos.